Welcome back to episode 18, guys. Today we're going to be getting into the start of our phase 3 stuff. There's a bunch of good stuff going on in this video. Basically, we're going to get into our iron production, or not iron, sorry, oil processing. We have all our stuff ready. We're going to put in this milestone, and then we're going to move on to our crude oil spot. We already set up a factory, not a factory, we already picked a location for where we want to build this. It's pretty far away. If you haven't seen that video, it'll be linked in the top right corner. Go ahead and check that out. We're going to put all this in today, and we're going to do kind of more of a tutorial based where I can show you guys a little bit more of what I'm doing. I'll give you the numbers on everything and try to explain a little bit better than I have in the past. All that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and send all this stuff off, and let's get into the video.
Milestone reached. Avoid caution.
Alright, guys, so we're over at our crude oil beacon that I talked about in the last episode, or not the last episode, it was like 2 episodes ago. But anyway, so we're over here now. We have our 3 oil extractors set up. What's going on here is this is a normal and a normal. They're producing 120, so both of these together are going to be 240. And this back here is a pure, so it's 240 or 240 lines. Basically, I kind of broke that down. It's going to come out to 8 refineries for both the plastic and the rubber. So what I'm doing is I'm literally placing them back to back, exactly like the coal plant. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that one out. It's a great video. Pretty much all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these back to back, and then I'm going to run both these lines right down the middle of it. Hopefully I got them spaced out enough. I might have to move it a little bit. But we're going to get that placed, and then we're going to have to deal with the output is going to be the real concern on this. It's only one input to make everything else going on, so it should be pretty easy to set up. Once I get it all set up, I'll show you guys, and I'm going to kind of talk through how we're going to actually do the output. Okay, so I finished placing all the lines in the center there. All these are connected. They really just need power right now. I went and did our output. So basically for our output, when we're dealing with the rubber, we have 20 of the heavy oil residue and then another 20 for the rubber. So it's about 160 of each of those coming out. Basically, the plan is to make that heavy oil residue and actually turn it into fuel to make power the fuel generators, but we have to unlock those, and I'm not 100% sure on what we need for that milestone. I'm gonna look it up, and I'm pretty sure we need plastic and rubber. So the plan is I set this up and I put a buffer at the very end, and I'm gonna flush it. So the plan is to let this run and get just enough of the rubber and plastic going where I can actually go get the milestone, and I can come back and I can finish this and refine all of it into fuel. But I don't want to start the refining process until I have everything else set up. So it's really simple. I pretty much did the opposite of what I did for the coal plant. So it's just the output site now. It's literally just the pipeline running across with the junctions put in there, and then a merger to push everything down to the end. So I'm going to power this side, and I'm going to see if I can get this to work the way I want it to, and see if I get enough rubber to actually get that milestone unlocked. Alright, so I just powered this. All this is kicking on. It's filling up with the oil, and it's actually making the rubber and all of our heavy oil residue, which is pushing down to this pipe, which is going to the buffer. So literally all I'm going to do is, I know it's not the best way to walk. I gotta start the belts. Come on, get me down there. Oh jeez, come on. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm struggling. So my plan is I'm only going to stand here at the buffer, and then once this fills up with all the oil residue, I'm literally just going to flush it. Get rid of it, and then this should fill up with rubber. I'm gonna get the rubber fairly quickly. I looked it up. I need to get the actual manufacturer one first so I can unlock the computer, the fuel generator. So I'm going to need about 600 rubber and then another like 200 of the plastic to get everything going. And then once I get that, I'll be able to get all this stuff and I'll be able to come back over here and make the fuel generators. So I'm going to stand here and I'm going to flush this for a little bit while I get some resources built up, and then I'll head over to the hub and I'll be back. So I lost my clip for the actual recording of what I was doing, so this is actually made after the video was already made, but I just want to kind of explain the jump and what's happening now to where we're going to next. So basically I came back to the hub and I went to look at the expanded power infrastructure, and this fuel generator that we need to make all of our stuff requires computers. The problem with that is I don't have circuit boards set up. I need the plastic and the copper sheets to set all that stuff up, and I don't even have the recipe for computers. I would just handcraft it, but I needed the recipe. So I unlocked the industrial manufacturing, which gives me the computer, but the problem with all that is I still need the circuit boards to make the actual computers. So I started working on them a little bit, but the problem is that it's just going to take a while. I need upwards of like 1,000 roughly to make all these work. So I got this running and it's going to slowly make it, but basically I'm having to hand transport all of the plastic stuff back over here and then run it into my sheets. as well. So there's a lot of stuff to get done there. The infrastructure plan is not going to work just simply because I had to wait so long to actually get the computer, and just everything else that's going on in the video was just way too much to kind of get unlocked in this episode. So the plan that I came up with is, in order to get everything to run properly, I made the packager milestone, and basically the plan is to make the packaged fuel. We have to build our constructors down there that'll make the actual plastic containers, the empty canisters, this right here, and then it'll be moved over to the packagers that will make packaged fuel. I set up a little storage box over there for the actual fuel to be stored, and that'll help us run all of our vehicles and stuff that we get set up with our logistics systems. And then after all that, anything left over will be dumped down the drain. That way I don't have to stand over there and constantly flush the buffer. I can just let it run, then I won't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna head back over there and I'll show you guys what's going on in the next clip. Alright, so we added all our packagers and we hooked up all the lines and everything. The only problem we're having right now is, if you can see right there, this is a clear sign of bottlenecking. Basically what's going on is I ran out of steel beams, so this had to be run as a Mark II, and it's not enough because it's producing 180. So I had to run back to the base to get more steel beams so I can get all this hooked up. But I just want to show you guys that I got all the lines hooked up, everything's running good. This is making our actual package fuel already, so it's all going good. I just need to hook up the storage facility and then the overflow and then do the power lines, and then this should be like a standalone facility and it should just run. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all that set up, and then I will be back in just a minute. So I went ahead and color coded some stuff. It kind of looks a bit funky. Basically we got our black for the rubber, blue for the plastic. We have purple for our heavy oil residual, black for our regular oil, and then we have yellow for all this stuff over here. All this is finished, so this is making our packaged fuel, and it's filling up very, very quickly. I literally let it run for like, I don't know, like 2 whole minutes, and it's already like all the way full. So we're making a ton of that. Everything's going good. I'm gonna see what else needs to get done, and I'll get back in just a second. Okay, so you're probably wondering where I'm at right now. Basically I took a walk. I was trying to find copper to see if I could figure out where I could make my circuit boards without having to run all the way back to my base to do it, to transport those the very far distance. There is a pure node right there, and I'm only roughly, if I can pull the map here, I'm not super far from my crude oil, so relatively speaking I'm within range of it. I'm definitely a lot closer than all the way over here. So the plan is to build an entire factory, but I was looking at this when I came over here, and there is 2 pure iron nodes here, and then there's another 2 over here. I had all my blade runners on, I kind of died, but not important. So over here there's another 2 iron nodes, and I was thinking this would be a really good spot to build a factory. There's even limestone as well, so everything's kind of here. And I was thinking about it, there's 2 limestone nodes, so that's really good. But I was looking at it and I was wondering if there's any coal over here, because I'm getting short on power. I'm up to about like 1800 production out of the 2400 that we have, and there is an absolute ton of coal right over there where I died. Like, there is a lot, and it's really all not that far. Very easily we can kind of hook up a huge coal plant or another steel production plant. So there's a lot of stuff over there. I'm gonna go get my stuff back. We're not gonna start building stuff quite yet, just for the simple fact of I don't have the power to start building stuff here, especially put up an entire second factory. It'll probably put me well into like the 4000s. So the plan is I'm gonna go pick up my stuff. I'm gonna run all the way back to our base, which is all the way over there by our space elevator. It's really, really far away, but I'll run all the way back over there, and then up here in this area there's like some impure oil nodes, and I'm gonna set up a second refining area over there just to make petroleum coke, and that should give us more coal power, and I can build another coal plant maybe on the back side of this or something. I'll have to figure out how exactly I want to do it, but basically we need more power. I haven't unlocked the generators yet because I need the circuit boards, and I can't make the circuit boards because I need copper and plastic together. So I'm going to take a bunch of plastic back with me, make the circuit boards, and then hopefully I can get the fuel generators going here in a little bit. But for right now I'm going to set this up as really petroleum coke, get us going, and then once I get more power set up I can start coming back over here and I can build our second factory. So I'm gonna grab my stuff and I'll be working on that, and I'll give you an update in just a second. We did actually find, oh why is this knocked up? I did find a dropship over here, so we dropped the hard drive. This is over by that coal plant. I might try to show you this area, but it's pretty dangerous, so There is a lot of coal around here. There's some right there. There's some over there. There's more back along that ridge. There's a lot over here. It's just a matter of trying to kill everything and get everything worked out. I just wanted to come over here and place the beacon, and then after that I'm going to run back to the base and work on those other refineries. Alright, so we tossed our hard drive in there, and we're going to see what recipes we get. Adhered iron plate. That's using rubber. Ooh. That may be good. High-speed connector. What's the recipe for this already? Oh, it's using quick wire and cable. So it's slower, and it takes silica instead of cable. And it takes more of that. That's not good. And then this is okay, but really not that good. It's just saving on plates, because originally this recipe is using 6. Oh no, it is not saving on plates. Saving on screws. Actually, I might take this one. This seems like 15 per minute. And so this is producing slower than the other one. I'm going to take this one. And then I might be able to work that into our new factory over there with the rubber and everything that we have connected. Because we're going to need to be moving the plastic into that area to make the circuit boards already. So why not just take the rubber onto there, and then we can make just probably a ton of plates over there. So we're going to take this one. That'll probably work out really, really good. Now, we just have to head down to all the way over there, and we can start making our other refineries. So I made a mistake. I made my way all the way over here. I built another hyper tube to get me over to our oil area. I have 3 of these over here. It's 2 impures and 1 normal, so it's roughly producing about 240 oil per minute. And then I was looking at the recipe thinking that you could do the actual crude oil into the petroleum coke, but it's actually just the heavy oil residue, which means that I would have to make another setup of plastic and rubber just to make the petroleum coke. And then on top of that, even after I make this like a whole nother thing out this way, I'd have to run all of it over there to get with the water, or I could try to pipe the water all the way over here and all the generators, and I'm pretty much going to take this entire area with everything that I'd be trying to do, because there's no water here. There's water on the other side, and I could probably like lift it over, or maybe like run the petroleum coke back towards the shore. If you look at the map, I don't know why this pops up every single time. There's water on the other side of this wall. It's just a matter of how do I get the petroleum coke over there. So this is another like massive project that's going to turn into, but I can definitely get power out of here. And when I kind of think about it, it's like, if I'm going to make more heavy oil residue, and on top of that I'm going to try to build another coal plant, it almost seems like it would be easier just to make another fuel generator set up over here to give us even more power. The problem with that is I need to have all the other stuff set up, and I need to make circuit boards. So I think I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to make the circuit boards. I'm just going to set up a little simple thing, basically kind of like what we did with the rotors over there. We're just like one assembler that's going to run in the background, just so we can, I did not mean to ping that, but just so it'll run the background and build a nice little setup of it. I need roughly 100. I think I need 100, or no, I need 1,000 of the circuit boards. So I have to set all that up with the plastic and the copper sheeting, get all of it set up, and then I can actually make my computers, which will help us get the milestone working like the fuel generator. So I think I'm just going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to take care of that in the background. It's just going to work out a lot better. I'm trying to make a video talking about the planning of phase 3, because it's going to be very, very complicated. As you can tell, this video has been all over the place. I've been all the way, here's my base, I've been all the way over here to our crude area, and I built a whole bunch of stuff over there. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is, but I've been all the way over here building an entire set of refineries and everything and organizing. Then I've been over here, and then I've been over here, and then now I'm all the way up in this corner trying to do stuff, and I'm all over the place trying to figure out how to make this power stuff work, and it's just not gonna work out without me kind of biting the bullet. So I am making a video on trying to organize and explain what I'm trying to do with phase 3. Just to kind of help out people planning their factories. Getting through phase 2 is always like the easy part. Getting into coal is great, everything's exciting. Then you get into phase 3 and it changes everything, and everything just gets absolutely terrifying. So I am making a video about that, and hopefully that'll be coming out soon. I know it's been a few days since I've uploaded a video, and a lot of that's just because I pretty much I don't want to use the word burnt myself out, but I was making a video like every single night, and basically my schedule was coming home, and I would get off of work and I'd come home and I'd start recording the video, and then I'd wake up super early and I'd start to finish the video, and then after I finish it, I have to sit there for another hour and edit it and then like pump it out, and like that was my whole day. And then I'd go to work and I'd come back, and all I did was I'd play this game, make a video, try to get the stuff done. And especially if it was a bigger project like the coal factory, like I was up for like way too much. I wasn't getting enough sleep, so I was pretty much running myself in the ground trying to make videos because it's something that I really want to do, but it's a matter of managing the rest of my life along with it. And it felt like some of the videos, the quality definitely suffered, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to. When I was making videos at first, it was like, okay, nobody's watched them, it's not a big deal. But at this point, I have a video that got 400 views, which is like insane to me to even think about. But when I put that in perspective, like, man, like when I watched that video back, it's like, okay, I could have fixed the frames, or I could have fixed this part of the video, or I could have added like a little thing here, and I could have spent a little extra time making the video better as opposed to what the final product was. So the plan is I'm going to kind of, I don't know the exact schedule that I'm going to do, but I'm going to try to get the videos down to just being like every few days, so I can really focus on making a really quality video as opposed to what I've been doing. And also, if I'm doing it every couple of days, that means I can work on other projects, such as guides and maybe even playing a different game. So I'm not sure what I'll do on the side outside of what I'm doing now, but I just do not have enough time. This is like a side thing for me, so I'm just going to try to get it down to only a couple of videos a week as opposed to posting every single day, because it was not sustainable for me, and I'm just now like catching up on all my sleep after like the last 3 days of not uploading videos. So all that being said, guys, thank you for following the series. Like down below if you like what we're doing, comment, tell me what I can do better. Tell me if you like something. If you do comment and I like your comment, you'll end up on the commenter wall, and everything will be hunky-dory. So all that being said, guys, thank you guys, and make sure you guys have a great weekend.